The Liberia, as you know, has always been important for the African American community in the United States and other parts of the world. We basically gave part of the life to Liberia as a country, as a nation, and we've always tried to keep that connection. One of the things that Liberia does not now have and that we believe Nigeria needs for its full development is a public library. Kwame Nkrumah said, in order for a country to really develop, it must educate its children. It must educate for the future. One of the things that he did when he was, the first president in Ghana, and as we were reminded yesterday, Kwame Nkrumah was actually from Liberia. But one of the things that he did in Ghana was to make sure that there were no school fees. Children would go to school without having to pay fees because, again, their development was more important than anything else. Since Liberia does not have a public library right now, it is not able to use that particular vehicle to help develop public education. Children cannot, not only is it about books, it's about training, it's about engagement, it's about seminars. There should be a symbol of public education for the entire country here already. Since there is not, as part of our diasporan effort to do something, not just talk about it, to do something significant, we have decided that we are going to build a public library in Liberia. It'll be called the Liberian Pan African Library. It'll be the first Pan African library in West Africa. And we think that will go far in helping to develop this country, this great country. We're basically going to call for the resources. We're going to fundraise. We're going to gain the amount of money and capital that it's going to take to build the library. We are doing this not as a governmental project. We are a non-governmental organization. We have contacts with other non-governmental organizations. We are going to raise the funding to build the project. We are going to show that the diaspora has not forgotten Liberia. We have not forgotten our heritage. We are going to make sure this project is completed and it works. The plan is to identify projects and get them done. We have talked enough, we have written enough, we have commented enough. What we have to do is to show that the diaspora is working to develop the African Union's Agenda 2063. We have to do something. This is about action. And the other diaspora organizations in the world will climb aboard. They will help because, again, this is a diasporan project. This is not the SRDC's project alone. This is the African diaspora's project. And we need everybody to understand this is a way to galvanize us to work together. By showing them that we are serious, by showing them that we are not simply talking about let us in the room. We want to come into meetings. We want to comment. We want to have opinions about what you do. We are not only interested in diplomacy and negotiations. We're interested in doing something tangible to help African development. That's what the African Union asked us about when they invited the diaspora to come back, when they said that the diaspora had to be willing to help and to develop the continent of Africa, we are showing that we understand that request and we are going to do it. SRDC is about action, not just about talk about Africa. And again, we are simply using this as a symbolic way of demonstrating we are about projects, we're about getting things done, and other diasporan groups will come and join us to make sure this is accomplished. There's been a lot of talk, and there will be more. There's been a lot of writing, and there will be more. There's been a lot of advocation. There will be more. What we need also is more projects accomplished. To get a library accomplished and built in Liberia will help tremendously in terms of the education, the African education, and it will also help tremendously in terms of this shows what we can do. This shows that we can come and participate without getting in the way. We're not coming to try to impose ourselves on any African area. We're coming to work with, we're coming to combine our efforts with the African efforts that are already here. We are talking about African workers, we are talking about African supplies. We are talking about coming to Liberia to work with our Liberian counterparts to get this work done, to get this library built. Well, I don't know whether I'm qualified to give African youth advice about what they should do, but I will mention a couple of things. You need to use your age grade system and train the next group of leaders. We need youth in leadership, but we need youth who are trained to be in leadership, not simply because of emotion, not simply because of passion. We need youth ready to be in charge. Use your age grade system to get your own youth together, your own unified group together to be in charge. You have to finish the job. We can only get it started. Youth will have to lead us through the passage. Africa must be free and independent. Africa must be put back into the beginning, into the pinnacle of leadership in this world. African youth will do that.